Second reason an adjuster might reject your estimate is that they have an inside policy inside the insurance company that doesn't allow them to pay for X, Y, and Z. Okay. So we used to run up against Ridge and Starter all the time. Not so much now that most roofs are laminate, but it used to be a huge issue to get 3-tab Ridge and Starter paid. They're like, no, you can use this field waste, shingle waste, and all of that. But literally, if an adjuster would add a Ridge or Starter line item to their estimate and then try to send it up through what's called exact analysis to the carrier so that they could generate the check, they literally could not get through this firewall, sending their estimate out of Xactimate because it had certain line items added. And that still happens with certain, like remove a pipe jack. Right now, it's included in the replacement. I don't say that I agree with it, but asking for those kinds of line items may cause that estimate to bounce back, even though it's warranted. And that's a whole nother video. I can talk about that issue. But I'm just saying, think of what the adjuster, wear the adjuster's shoes. If they're saying it's our policy not to pay this, this, and this, then you need to get something else paid. And you got to be creative in a way that it's not in any way fluff. I do not condone fluff at any point in time. You never add a generator just because you know they won't pay the Ridge and Starter, but you're not really going to use a generator. That is not what I'm talking about. Every single line item on your estimate needs to be legitimate and reasonable. Needs to be what it's actually going to take to get that job and the materials and equipment that you're actually going to use. That being said, if Ridge and Starter is an issue, let's increase the waste factor on the field shingles. Can't get O&P paid? All right, that's going to, send off whatever red flag. Let's get project management. Let's get all the other OSHA requirements, everything else that we need paid in there. Am I saying, that your entire estimate shouldn't be paid? No, we're writing a legitimate estimate to begin with. But then if they need to take off some of these little nitinoid items because it's going to cause a red flag in exact analysis, just know that that's a reality. And that if you're beating your head against a wall against something that they literally cannot submit their estimate, just know that that is a real thing. And let's find something else to get paid. I don't care which bucket the money comes from, just as long as I know I get X amount at the end of the day, because I know my numbers, or I can teach you to know your numbers. That way you can make intelligent decisions. You're not going to draw out and wait for an adjuster to get back with you to pay, removal of a pipe jack when you can go ahead and close the file, get the AR moving, and get the money flowing on that job. It's not worth it. So there's a balance and a give and take as well. So sometimes the adjuster literally cannot submit their estimate. We need to find something else they can pay. And then it doesn't matter where the money comes from. It just comes from the other bucket.